From Hollywood, it's time now for...
Nick Savage, Private Eye. You're John Wesley Carsgrave.
That's right.
I'm the insurance investigator on this case.
Oh, of course. I've been expecting a call from you. Or at least from somebody like you.
What's that supposed to mean?
I expect you're interested in why I've insured the life of a Bowery bum for $50,000.
You bet I am. I want to see you.
Why not? Anytime. Only it won't do you any good.
Tonight, and every weekday night.
Nick Savage, Private Eye. Expense account submitted by investigator Nick Savage. Location New York, New York. To the Lakeside Casualty 270. Taxi uptown to the 18th precinct to see Randy Springer.
You get back to that Glad Hand rescue mission in time? After all, when the Lamb boys discovered that so-called whiskey was almost pure wood... Oh, that's too bad. Well, I better arrange for him to be hauled down to the morgue. Old Mike's still alive?
And
It's impossible.
A week ago, so somebody stabbed him with an ice pick just below the heart. The result, he said the scar itched a little bit. 2 days ago, somebody drove a couple 38 slugs through him. He said it gave him a slight twitch in his side for a few hours. He goes and drinks half a bottle of wood alcohol. Result, a bit of a headache.
Indestructible Mike.
Indestructible Mike.
Where is he now?
Locked up at my hotel, and I told him not to let anybody in. Whoever's trying to get in can give up. Did you pick up anything on the beneficiary of $60,000 life insurance?
Only enough to scare you to death. Listen to this. John Wesley Cosgrave, formerly known as John W. Gordon, John Dutchy Gordon, alias Skippy Grant, alias Dutchy Smith.
Wait a minute.
18 arrests with only one conviction, back in 1938 for possession of narcotics. Ever hear of Murder Incorporated? Apparently they had a subsidiary. Apparently your friend Gordon, or Cosgrave, or whatever you like to call him, was one of the big shots in it. But outside of the narcotics bit, the department was never able to really pin anything on him.
But this guy's address is... Here, let me see.
21 East 49th Street.
40. That's not only a respectable neighborhood, but it's pretty plush.
Right?
How recent is his record? What's he doing now?
Last pickup was in 1944. Numbers game and bookmaking. Charges dropped for lack of evidence.
Apart from the record, is he still in the rackets?
If he is, nobody can prove it. Like in the old days, he masterminded and let somebody else do the dirty work. It's listed here as a, quote, retired, unquote.
My man says he's still in business.
Well, if you can prove it, the department and the DA's office will love you dearly, but I don't think you will. Every time we dragged in a stoolie who could give us what we wanted, something happened to him.
Like what?
Jump bail.
Should have known better.
One of
than to
them
let
poisoned in
bail.
his cell in the Tombs, one breakout. His body was found in the East River, even one suicide.
Want to bet I can't tie him in on these attempts on Mike Flynn's life?
Well, now that's something else again. Maybe it's something we should do.
No, hands off. I mean,
I don't get testy
I
about
like
it.
the old guy. Anybody tries to hurt him, it's got to answer to me. And somebody's tried. Expense account, item 11, 165 cab fare to the apartment building at 621 East 49th. The doorman announced that Mr. J. Wesley Cosgrave was expecting me, so take the elevator to level 8. The apartment was expensively but tastefully furnished. Carpeting felt like it was an inch and a half thick, but the man himself seemed out of character. 6'2", looked like he spent all his extra hours in the gym working out.
Come in. Do you like it?
Oh, wait.
That is a genuine Picasso you're looking at.
No way.
And I consider myself very fortunate to possess this original by Salvatore Dali.
No.
Oh, and I'm sure you'll appreciate the excellent view of the city from these corner windows.
Wow.
I must have the best, only the best. Oh, sit down, please.
Yeah.
May I pour you a drink?
No. No, thanks.
I suppose you're wondering why I decided to buy old Michael Flynn the life insurance policy of which he's so proud.
That had crossed my mind.
Well, it's really very easy to explain. You see, I was born and brought up in the Lower East Side in deplorably poor circumstances. My early life was a never-ending struggle for survival and for whatever questionable sort of education I could glean from those about me, many of them criminals, who were my only companions.
That's all very touching, Mr. Cosgrave.
And I'm afraid I did little to lift myself out of the gutter until one winter night, hungry and broke, I wandered into the Helping Hand Rescue Mission.
Yeah, I understand you still go around there now and then.
Oh, yes, I do, in the hope that somehow I can help the poor unfortunates there the way the mission and Daddy Bill helped me.
How's that?
Repay some of the debt I feel I owe.
Is that the only reason?
What do you mean, is that the only reason?
You've given jobs to some of those poor unfortunates sometimes.
Well, yes, I have.
What kind of jobs?
What business? That's hardly a concern of yours.
Oh, really?
Contributed much to the mission. I've tried to make life easier for some of the deserving habituaries of the mission.
Yeah.
It's the least I can do after so much was done for me.
Right.
In the case of Mike, why, his greatest desire in life was to be the proud owner of life insurance. Why, I don't know.
I do. Because you sold him on it.
That's a lie. That's a...
Make him name you as the beneficiary instead of the mission or some other cause.
That was his own idea. And since it made him happy, I didn't protest. I suppose the real reason for this particular desire was his feeling that it might give him dignity.
Dignity. Now tell me something. Where's all your money come from, Dutchie?
Who told you that? Nobody calls me Dutchie no more, not you or nobody else. Them days are over. I'm respectable, even educated.
I wonder.
Look at my record. I haven't been on the blotter since 44, and that was a bum.
So it all comes out, huh?
I make no pretensions about not having a past. During Prohibition and later, I made millions. Yes, millions in rum running, the policy racket, as a betting
How
commissioner.
about narcotics?
Sure, there was hardly a caper in this town I didn't have a finger into, and I was smart. I pocketed the profits, not my boys. That's why I can afford to be retired and live decent. And I'm going to keep on living this way.
You're lucky that some of those boys and that mob didn't rat.
And thanks to a couple of convenient rub-outs that I had nothing to do with, you understand.
Yeah,
I managed
sure.
to stay clean with the law.
And now you're as pure as the driven snow.
If this was the old days, you wouldn't even live long enough to regret what you're implicating, you think.
Which makes me sure that I'm thinking right. I don't know how much money you got socked away from those old days. I don't care. From what you just
you
admitted.
to any judge or DA.
Right.
And I'll never believe that a clever mind like yours
Get
I
you.
refuse to believe you turned down a chance to make a crooked buck. I don't know what kind of jobs you sent those poor suckers out on, but the fact that they never came back makes that look pretty bad. Mike Flynn, poor old alcoholic Mike, insured his life for $50,000 and named you the beneficiary. Then rub him out and collect the Tukicini.
Mike, it's not to neither you nor anybody else is going to be able to tab me with it. As a friendly piece of advice,
Yeah, what's that?
if I was you, I wouldn't even try.
Is that a threat?
You've made a miserable host of me. Come, let me pour you a drink, the finest 25-year-old scotch. And we can talk of pleasant things.
No thanks. He knew it was in the back of my mind, and I was afraid I knew it was in the back of his. Something along the same lines as a couple of convenient rub-outs were his words. Finally, I left. On the way down to the street, I kept wanting to look back to see if I was being followed. Somehow, somewhere, there was a way to get this guy. I could see it would have to be through somebody working for him. Whoever that might be could be out to get me first. Or Mike. Item 12295, taxi back to the hotel, where I hoped he was still locked up there. He was.
Oh, man, I was beginning to wonder what had happened to you.
That food I left for you. You hardly touched it.
I had enough. It was kind of dry.
Dry. There's a container of coffee there.
The coffee just doesn't seem to quench my thirst. You should let me bring the rest of that
That
bottle.
wood alcohol? That would have killed you.
Yeah, I did have a kick though, didn't I?
I don't know how you lived through it, Mike. Look, I want some lunch. I'm gonna take you along with me.
Oh, that'll be if I could have had maybe a little drink too.
Sure, you can have a drink.
Oh, that's nice. Good. Of course, the size of the drinks they serve
Just
nowadays.
one now. Come on.
Oh, that's fine. Well, we'll be out. See, there's a lovely saloon just around the corner, you know. Even sandwiches for those that want them, I understand. These stairs. Maybe we could just bring a bottle back with us to your room if we are going to come back.
Sweet, funny old Mike. I love the guy. I knew without me, he'd be a dead man soon. The mission. Bill. Could Bill be tied in with Cosgrave's operation somehow? I wondered. Paid the check, $285, and we walked to the rescue mission along some of the back streets. I wanted time to think about it.
Enjoying life now that I have money now and then. Sometimes I get on the subway and I just ride all over town all day long. See, why don't you try that sometime, John? It's really see, there's a bar there on the corner.
No, let's pass that.
Why do you feel that you have to look after me?
You know darn well why I have to look after you. Hey, watch that.
Mike, listen to me. Can you hear me? Hey, mister, get a call for the ambulance.
For him or what's left of him?
Hurry. What's the matter with you?
Use your eyes, buddy. It's too late.
Now, here's our star to tell you about tomorrow's intriguing episode of this week's story.
Tomorrow, somebody's gonna have to pay for what's happened to Mike. Yeah, that's a promise. Nick Savage, private eye.
Be sure to join us tomorrow night, same time and station, for the next exciting episode. Roy Rowan speaking.